So Glenn here at Sauna Times, and I'm with.
Paul Ludlow.
And Paul, your last name is pretty well known up here, and tell us why.
We operate a resort, fourth generation ownership, third generation operational, and that's on the Cook end of Lake Vermilion.
Lake Vermilion, northern Minnesota. And Paul, how long have you been taking saunas?
I grew up with saunas in my house. It was just as common as the bathroom.
And in your directorialship, how many saunas are in your arsenal in your life?
In my life, we have 6 saunas at the resort, and in my homes, I have 3 different saunas.
Grew up with saunas, many saunas under his advisorship and ownership. And Paul, you've done something quite. Let's take a quick look at this sauna.
Sure.
Show us what you've built, and we're going to talk Wi-Fi.
Yeah, this is a very super small footprint sauna, less than 8 feet long, less than 5 feet wide, with a very classic Kuma electric basic stove that puts out wonderful heat.
How about the steam, Paul? Describe the steam.
Because the Kuma is a shielded element stove, the steam is long, it's rich, it holds a very large amount of rock, so you can really put as much water on there as you want, but it is a lot more steam than a traditional straight to element stove.
Well described.
Yeah.
Can we talk Wi-Fi real quick for listeners?
Sure. So what we were trying to overcome with this was a very basic stove with heat control only, and I wanted to modernize it and do that as efficiently as possible cost-wise. So we applied this, which is a fairly common product in the world today. It runs pool heaters, and this is basically a switch that you can control with Wi-Fi. The switch is wired directly into the power supply from my breaker box, 8-gauge wire. This is a 40 amp switch, so it handles pool pumps and pool heaters. So it's very stout. This has a switch right here, which just turns the sauna on if you want the sauna on manually with a switch. So it is just your sauna on switch. But most importantly, this is controlled through an app. That app can be installed on your phone through Smart Life.
And you install it through here. You just hit the QR code to download the app, right?
Correct.
Is the app free?
The app is free. Free of use, free of charge, no monthly, no nothing. You can put other appliances on here. In my case, I just have one switch right here. That's the switch right there. It's telling me that the power is on. So if my wife turns the sound on, I'm not around, I can look and say, hey, it's working. Now, I can turn it off. I can be 1,000 miles from here as long as I have cell service. We shut it off.
Cool. And there's some other features to hear about getting a warning if it's on too long and that
you
kind
can
of thing.
set timers to say it needs to be off within an hour or off within 2 hours. You can set it to turn on at a certain time. I've not used those so much. For me, it's just, hey, are we going to sauna when we get home? Yep. Turn it on. And now
Amazing.
It's on.
And how much did this whole whole project here set you back?
You can currently buy this on Amazon for $44.
$44. Hey, Paul, what do you think about people shopping for electric sauna heaters and, looking at Wi-Fi's that cost $1,000, $1,200, $1,400, $1,500? I mean, what do you want to say about that compared to this?
It's obviously not necessary. This is a great DIY. I've had electricians look at this. It's an approved method to just put in a basic switch. So I think the expensive Wi-Fi system comes with all these amenities that people are being sold on that they have to have. The bottom line is all you have to have is a stout switch that interrupts your power supply that allows you to turn your stove on and off, and that's it. Keep it simple, stupid. That's all you need, and that's what this is. And we're just lucky that the people in the pool industry needed this in mass for a company like this to knock out a $44 version that we can then apply to the same amperage use on a sauna stove.
Well said. I was going to ask you a wonderful question, but I almost want to leave it at that. But I'm going to take a risk here. Tell us a time when you used this Wi-Fi sauna controller up here with great success. Like, what are you doing while you want it preheated? What's one of the fun things you like to do pre-sauna?
We are cross-country ski folks. We're outdoor enthusiasts in the winter, and there's nothing better than starting to get cold and say, hey, let's have this at 200 when we get home.
And for $44, you can make it happen.
Yeah, $44.